Blades Ramble are proudly supported by our main channel sponsor, My Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. We would not be where we are without the incredible support of John and the team. If you're looking to grow your business, contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk today for more information or follow the link in the description below.
Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
What is happening, Blades, and welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is 10-minute transfers. Let me know how the microphone is. Let me know how everything else is. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. So hope you're all well this morning. Thank you to everybody for your incredible support on the video I did with my dad last night. Talking Sense with Andy the Blade. I think, you know, is there a better title that he would ask for? Probably not. Probably not. So we're moving on. Things are rolling, aren't they, in terms of rumours. The team are now out in Girona doing their pre-season training camp. We've seen the videos. Rumours are heavy at the moment as we record that Cosy Mark II may well be out with the team. Could there be something in that? So some of these 10-minute transfers might be closer than we think. That was the video we did yesterday on Mark. So go and check it out if you haven't already, because there's a chance that there's some serious legs to that. Now, is there going to be legs to this? Wouter Burger. What a burger this guy is. Is he better than Sander? Not entirely sure. We shall see. Wishful thinking. If he signs for the Blades, then I'll be absolutely banging that drum. But what do we know about him? And again, I've done the little trick that I like to use, which is putting all the information on screen. So not only can you see it with your own eyes, it also prompts me for things that I may have forgotten had I not had them on screen. So, Wouter Burger signed for Stoke City from FC Basel, I believe. I would have to double check that because I've just said that off the top of my head really confidently, and I don't know that now. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He's had spells at Feyenoord and Sparta Rotterdam, but he signed from FC Basel from Stoke on the 25th of August, 2023. So he's had a couple of years at Stoke. He's not done bad for them at all, in all fairness. He came in for £4 million, and rumours are that Stoke want all of that and more. In fact, they want double what they paid for Wouter Burger. Is he going to be worth it? I'm not going to go just based on his stats. I've given you a few stats there from last season. Made 39 appearances for Stoke. Scored the one goal. Should have scored maybe more, according to his expected goals. Got one assist. Should have assisted more, according to his expected assists. However, somebody rightly noted on one of these videos previously when we talked about assists, it's again, like a lot of this data-led garbage is... No, it's not garbage. You can use it for good, and you can use it however you want. But expected assists, it's not your fault if you don't get one of those assists. It might be a case of a Connor Salmon fluffs his lines when you've put it on a plate for him. So it's nothing due to the player per se as to what his expected assist should be, which is why I didn't include it as a metric. Average rating, that should say 6.88. So not bad. The one thing I thought was interesting to include was 11 yellow cards. That's high. That's high. It's obviously one every 4 games, but it's Gus Hamer territory. Just to compare it to United, just in case you're not completely aware. So he likes a yellow card, this lad. He likes a tackle, which is good. A very good technical player. So for those that aren't aware, obviously it's on the screen again, but he's a centre midfield player. 24 years old, so a good age. Great age. Great age. Currently playing for Stoke. Left-footed, so gives us that balance in the middle that's always desirable rather than essential, but to have a left footer on the left-hand side would be better in terms of balance, but not essential, as we've said. His contract runs for another 2 years. They may have an option on it because it's not always clear or known, to be honest, on these sites like Transfer Market. I've put his value at 8 million quid because we know that Stoke are allegedly wanting double their money for Wouter Burger, because he's been a good signing for him, to be fair. Very, very steady. So that's the player. I like him. I like him as an option. As we've said, a technical, like quite a silky midfielder, it's probably fair to say. Sayers would likely want to integrate him into the side if there is legs to this link. However, are there legs to the link? We will soon find out, because I've pinched a bit of an article from EFL Analysis where this link originally came from. I'm not convinced. This is why you always have to check the small print. We have talked about this before on the Ramble. Again, this is from EFL Analysis. There is a full article if you want to go and read it on their website. But basically, an excerpt from it says, Burger has impressed since his move, and a number of clubs are looking closely at his situation. EFL Analysis understands that Stoke would consider allowing Burger to leave if they doubled their money on him this summer. We're told there is Premier League interest, but he could very well stay in the Championship with a number of their second-tier rivals keen. One of the clubs who like him are believed to be Sheffield United, who have agreed a deal to sell their standout star Vinny Souza to Wolfsburg, who's already gone now, obviously. Given Burger's importance to Stoke's survival last season, Robbins will be reluctant to let the Dutchman depart the club this summer. It goes on to get quotes from Mark Robbins and things like that. So it's a good article and worth a read. I would encourage you to go over there and read it, but I am not 100% convinced by this link, if I'm completely honest. I would need to see it in other areas with a little bit more, and this is nothing against EFL Analysis, but you look at some of the text that's used, it is believed that Sheffield United the clubs who like him are believed to be Sheffield United. There is nothing there. There is nothing to say Sheffield United have a cold, hard link there. They've entered talks. They've approached Stoke City. We are aware that this has happened. It's a shot in the dark. So to me, as much as I would love this player to be on our, and he may well be on our list, but let's be right, he's an expensive option, particularly at 8 million quid. Proven at the level, it's fair to say, 24 could potentially get better. I'd say he's one of the better defenders in the league, particularly for playing in such a poor Stoke side last season. They're never a team I'm keen to write off, especially with Mark Robbins in charge. But I think he would certainly be a strong addition, but I think it's an expensive deal for us. And I don't think there's a viable link there. You tell me, or you let me know in the comments if you've seen this link posted elsewhere. Has it gathered any pace that you're aware of? But from my end, I don't see this as a viable link at the moment. So again, sometimes, apologies, but we have to come on and we have to talk about, well, this is just my opinion. There might be something to it, but we have to talk about what we think is realistic and what we think is not realistic. And not that Sheffield United couldn't go in for Wouter Burger, because we could, but whether we actually are in for him, which is what is being circulated in some circles in the media, is far from nailed on at the moment. So again, always read the small print. So thank you to everybody that continues to support the channel. We're going to leave it there. We're going to get in on time today, probably even a little bit earlier. I'm going to remind you that we are back with Club World Cup action tonight. It's myself and Lewis watching the Fluminense and Chelsea game. Tomorrow we'll be back on the Ramble doing 10-minute transfers. The following evening, that evening, we'll be with Jord doing the PSG Real Madrid game on Behind the Ramble. Then we'll be back with 10-minute transfers. Then I'm doing a Steel City showdown, which I'll tell you all about close to the time, because loads coming up on the Ramble, as you've probably seen. We keep going. We keep trying to improve. Thank you to everybody for your continued support. It's very much appreciated. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blades!